G'day guys and welcome back. Let's see what's on the idiot box.
I'm going to be arguing against two separate but related claims. First, that zoophilia is morally wrong. And next, that zoophilia should be illegal.
Oh, hell no.
Something tells me this isn't going to end well.
Meet Dansburst Studios. Throughout this video, I'm going to refer to the Tom Dark video. Tom, you don't mind if I nick some of your content, do you, mate?
I want you guys to close your eyes right now and picture a brony, but not just any ordinary brony, no.
I want you guys to close your eyes and think of a brony. This is just not any ordinary brony. No.
Picture what you think is the epitome of a degenerate brony.
Think of a brony that is the epitome of the degeneracy that you would see in the brony fandom.
Do you have a clear picture in your head?
Well, did you guys get a picture?
Now at first, it appears that Tom just yoinked some smaller creators' content. That's what I thought. But upon further investigation, both of these creators have just read word for word what was on Kiwi Farms. Shows you how often I go and visit Kiwi Farms. So Tom, I do apologize. Got to own your shit when you slip up.
So, this guy's a pedophile?
Oh, Undoomed. This guy, he not only defends maps, but he was banned from Kiwi Farms for being, as they say, a pedophile.
Imagine actually being banned from Kiwi Farms, and the reason they give you for banning you is because you're a pedophile.
Yeah, we don't have to imagine. It happened.
Just today, I was banned on the KF for some reason. Was it my Sonic tweet? Being a gay rights supporter doesn't make you gay. Same for map rights.
So yeah, Dansburst, or should we say Timmy is not gay because his boyfriend, Michael, is trans. Now we know his name's Timmy because they had a bit of an argument about a Snickers bar.
Michael, where did you put my Snickers bar?
Wait, what are you saying, Timmy?
Michael, you took my Snickers bar! You think I don't see the fucking shit you do every day after Halloween?
Your Snickers bar.
That's why I'm never gonna be with you again! I'm gonna break up with you and you're never gonna see me again! I'm gonna kill myself, Michael, and you will be the one you will pay! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Yeah,
fuck you! I'm gonna fucking hate you no matter what, you piece of fucking shit! You found fucking talking like me! Like, don't talk like me, that's that!
These people, they're exactly as you imagine them to be.
What was that about Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh, Sonic the Hedgehog? Let's find out, shall we?
Another great example of this is Timmy getting upset on Twitter that someone posted an image of Sonic the Hedgehog saying kill all P words, to which Timmy replied that Sonic would never ever espouse those kinds of politics, and this must be Metal Sonic impersonating him. Clearly, Timmy isn't as much of a Sonic fan as he would like you to believe, because we all know how in the 1993 cartoon The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic famously states that's no good in regards to lowering the age of consent.
If someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Let's hear a little bit more about who Timmy is.
Now, Timmy's main pony Sona is his pony named Dansburst.
Timmy's pony Sona is a wizard pony named Dansburst.
This is a wizard pony for those who are unfamiliar, for those who don't know the lore, and he's based off of an existing My Little Pony character called Sunburst.
And who is based off an MLP character called Sunburst.
And he really takes this pony identity very seriously. This is not a casual fan.
He isn't really creative, and he just steals and repurposes other things.
In fact, Timmy's so deep into it, he'll use horse terminology and horse anatomy when referring to himself or speaking.
Timmy will often use horse terminology or any other terms referring to himself,
such as saying every pony instead of everyone, referring to women as mares instead of women.
As an example, every pony instead of everyone, referring to women as mares.
You will never catch this guy saying the word women in any video he's ever made. He also refers to his own body parts, like his feet and hands, as hooves.
And often referring to his body parts in horse terms, such as hoofs instead of hands.
And perhaps most disturbing of all, he refers to children as foals.
And most disturbing of all, he calls children foals.
I had to look this up. I didn't know what this was, but he calls them foals. Hey, that mare was all over my hoofs, and she was just my side horse. I'm probably second only to L Money in terms of mares embedded dates ratio. We'll see how into it you are after. I'm done grazing you. I'm done grazing you. We've truly fallen down a horrible rabbit hole today. Now, one of my favorite terms that he uses is called stallionsplaining, which is obviously kind of a comparison to mansplaining, saying that you shouldn't stallionsplain to different people. He is a feminist, which is nice to see. But the thing about it is that Timmy's philosophy when it comes to immersion and role-playing actually knows no bounds. He will go further than the average mare, as it were, or the average stallion, the average foal even. In one instance, he began demanding that foals, which is once again his code word for kids, he began demanding that they enter his harem, claiming that Equestria doesn't have the human world's draconian age of consent laws, claiming that he can portal there and he can sort of take his harem of foals there, which is on one hand funny, but at the same time also very disturbing.
Timmy would go on and start demanding for kids to be in his harem, and he says that Equestria doesn't have human rules, so the age of consent laws are different here.
What kind of reply is that? Did you type it with one hand? I think you were supposed to say hoof there, buddy. Hey, say hoof. I don't understand why you think I can do anything about my full harem. Equestria doesn't have the same draconian age of consent laws in this dimension's human world. You'd know if you'd portaled there like I have.
Timmy also doesn't like dating black people.
That's okay, Suit. We don't want to date a pedophile dog fucker either.
He also doesn't seem to like black people very much. It's a very perplexing kind of situation going on here. Sorry, I don't date blacks. Not even the... Oh my god.
He will not date anyone that is black.
Sorry, I don't date blacks. Not even the R-wordable ones. That's how strong my willpower is.
And he wouldn't even think about dating the rapeable ones.
Well, that is extremely strong willpower. Wow, that's amazing.
Which is just an insane thing to say.
Timmy also goes by the acronym NEET, which is someone that's not in education, employment, or training. So basically lay about bums with no fucking future. And they're proud of this.
Now, Timmy's also a very proud NEET, or not in education, employment, or training. This is sort of the self-imposed terminology for those who are terminally online and have nothing going for them.
Timmy believes that having a job makes you a beta provider.
But he has a lot of logical reasoning behind this. I mean, in his own words, having a job makes you a beta provider.
And by not working, he dedicates himself to the true life's calling.
And in fact, by him not working, he dedicates himself to his true life's calling.
Making crappy, low-quality YouTube videos
which is very cool. It is making very low-quality YouTube videos where he defends having intercourse with animals.
He defends bestiality.
Oh man. That's nothing. Hoofing as a grown NEET is FNAF 2020-2020. 4 family member animatronics, 2 entrances to the room on both sides, and worst of all, my security cameras get disabled when the internet slows. How am I ever going to make it to 6 a.m.? That is so true.
Now, like I said in the beginning, I thought Tom had yoinked from a smaller creator, but it seems both creators were actually reading from the Kiwi Farms, as you can see here. So again, I do apologize, Tom. I don't often visit the Kiwi Farms, to be honest. But that's enough about that. Let's get into Timmy and what Timmy had to say.
Hi, Raponi. Dansburst Studios here, and today we're going to be reacting and debunking, which, yes, this is a Dansburst debunks video of my Kiwi Farms thread of Dansburst Studios official. And let me just say, first of all, how pathetic it is that they've spent 14 entire pages chronicling me.
41 pages now, Timmy. I think you may have just kicked the hornet's nest there, buddy.
Kicked it? I'd say he pulled his cheeks apart and shoved the entire nest up his own rectum.
Just a small part-time YouTuber who hasn't even gone full-time yet, just because they think that my quote-unquote behavior is quote-unquote so abnormal, they say.
Timmy, your behavior is abnormal.
That they're archiving all my tweets, which I have nothing to hide about my tweets, so you can go and archive anything you want, spoiled Kiwis, on Kiwi Farms.
Weren't we gonna watch this idiot's debunking video?
Well, yeah, we were. And then I found this video. So we're gonna watch this video, but we may still get around to the other one. Now, for those that don't realize, Timmy's video had music in it. The music was so loud, so atrocious, whoever edited his video, that you really couldn't hear him. So I used AI to isolate his voice from the music and remove the music from his videos. You're welcome.
Which, by the way, the reason I'm calling you spoiled Kiwis, which you are, is because You guys harass not just me, but a ton of other people. And I personally I have very good operational security, which some people on Kiwi Farms call OPSEC, in that I am able to successfully delineate my online life from my real life, which is unfortunately subject to the whims of employers, officials, people who are anti-free speech, but many other Kiwi Farmers victims do not have this level of operational security due to either lack of knowledge or lack of ability, and those are the people that I'm really interested in defending with this Kiwi Farms thread. These so-called social justice warriors of the Kiwi farmers who think that they're doing it right in quote-unquote exposing all these people who they find to be disagreeable.
I don't believe that is going to work out too well for you, Timmy. Just throwing that out there.
This guy claims to be some kind of big security expert that has separated his real life from his online life, so Kiwi Farms can never find him, but he lives at home with his mother.
Let's read a little bit through this thread. Greetings to every Kiwi. I'm a spoiled Kiwi. Close your eyes and picture a brony, but not just any ordinary brony, no. Picture what you think is the epitome, wow, did you use a thesaurus for that one? Of a degenerate brony. How am I a degenerate? I have a positive area. You guys don't even know what you're talking about.
How are you a degenerate? You really have to ask that?
No one wants to know about your positive area.
Do you have a clearer picture in your head? Exaggerate just a bit. You think it's too retarded to be true? What a bunch of ableists that think they can get away with using this word just because they're anonymous on the internet. That's why I'm calling them spoiled Kiwis, by the way. They're so spoiled that they don't have any sense of basic human decency to other people when they're on the internet. You'd never say this to another person in real life.
Human decency? Oh, fuck off. I mean, look at you. You're an advocate for fucking children and raping animals. And you get upset when someone uses the word retard? You fucking retard.
Well, my friends, meet Dansburst Studios, a brony that is so freaking autistic, and this is your favorite buzzword to use, by the way, autistic. Like, anyone you don't understand, anyone that doesn't operate by your social conventions, like they're autistic, and depraved. Oh, well, because I like a show that you don't like, I'm depraved.
Timmy, you're not autistic. You're just fucking retarded. Let me use my psychic suit powers to look into your life, and you tell me how close I get. I'm sensing that you grew up and you were probably diddled as a kid. Now your father's dead or he fucking left in shame, but you enjoyed getting diddled as a kid. So you grew up thinking it was all right to diddle kids. Now you're probably fat and ugly, and not just normal ugly, that kind of fucking weird ugly that no one wants to fucking look at you. Everyone points and laughs. So you probably didn't date anyone growing up. So you started fucking animals. Now, that was all right for you, but you wanted that human touch. So you decided to turn and look towards children. And you decided on children because not only did you enjoy getting diddled, you figured you'd be able to groom the child into accepting your fat, ugly, retarded ways. And the only way to get in with children was to start watching the My Little Pony cartoon. And so you became a brony and got into the brony communities. Eventually you went to a convention and you couldn't pick up any fucking female there. Not even the fat blue-haired whales. They wouldn't even fucking touch you. And most of them were lesbian. And all of the children you were looking at, they were with their parents, so you couldn't approach. But you did find other fat, ugly fucks, just like yourself, that would touch you. So you became a faggot, and so began your romance with other men. But you call them women, and you claim you're not gay because they claim that they are a woman. I'm sorry, but you fucking a man in a dress is still fucking a man. So you're still a faggot. Now, because you don't go anywhere, you spend your entire life online, you don't have a job because no one will fucking hire you, besides not having any skills to actually be hired for anything. And these days, there's no jobs for licking stamps anymore. But because you don't go out anywhere other than Brony conventions, you spend your entire life online. And since this new transgender movement is going where people can hide behind the trans flag, you've decided to hide yourself and protect yourself behind this movement. Even though you're not dating any trans people, you're just dating men who dress up as women. How well did I do? You tell me.
Man, that ain't no man suit. Sure, it's male, but it's what happens when all the masculinity has been sucked out of a male and replaced with soy. Just listen to its voice.
Add to that he is living at home with Mom. She probably caught him with one of her pets, so now he's banned from having them.
He's probably unable to live on his own, but at least this way his mom can keep an eye on him.
It's hard to believe that he's a real person. I'm not a person, I'm a pony. And I'll go over that later, but you guys seriously make a huge deal out of this when it's really, pretty obvious.
No, you're not a pony, you're just mentally ill.
In addition to the usual Brony traits he's unfortunately come to expect, like obsessing over and jerking off the pastel-colored horses meant for 14-year-old girls. Seriously? This is the only time that you racist Kiwi farmers care about cultural appropriation, by the way, because when it's white people stealing black people's culture, you don't care about what's meant for black people. You don't care that so many holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, that Thanksgiving was originally a holiday meant for Native Americans to celebrate the spirit of companionship between before they became colonizers, the settlers, and then the Native Americans. But no, now you guys get to use it as a celebration of...
No, that's all leftist bullshit, revisionist history. Not that you'd give a fuck about revisionist history, would you?
One of the problems with Thanksgiving, though, and we've all experienced it in recent years, is when your purple-haired liberal lesbian niece or nephew these days starts spouting off about how terrible America is and how the people who helped to build this great nation were awful, evil, genocidal maniacs. You know this is going to get a lot worse now that the Orange Man is back and is declaring he's running for president. They're going to turn the vitriol up to 11. So I want to arm you with some facts for this Thanksgiving season, because the story that we are told by the liberal establishment about Thanksgiving is just complete bunk. The evil, terrible Englishmen who came and stole the land and were so terrible to the Indians and blah, blah, blah. It's nonsense. The real history is actually much, much more interesting and edifying than all of that. So without further ado, enjoy the true story of Thanksgiving.
Well, that's just one video I found. There's a lot more out there, but I know you and your type wouldn't be interested in revisionist history unless it benefits you and your own narrative.
Shoveling them, pigeonholing them into tiny little reservations where they have to make casinos just to survive.
They had to make casinos just to survive? Really? Okay.
The Indian gaming industry faced skepticism in its infancy. Financial institutions were reluctant to establish traditional banking relationships with tribes, local governments were weary of an industry run by tribal governments, and even job seekers were unsure if their employment would be secure in tribal-run gaming facilities. What a difference a couple of decades makes. Today, the industry is solid. Financial institutions are clamoring to build relationships with tribes. Local governments are forming solid partnerships with tribes, and tribal casinos are often the largest and most stable employers in their communities. From its humble beginnings to a $29.8 billion industry, Indian gaming facilities directly and indirectly generated approximately $95 billion in output, 738,000 jobs, $32.6 billion in wages, $1.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes, and $8 billion in direct revenue sharing payments to federal, state, and local governments. All this while helping Native American tribes throughout the U.S. revitalize their nations. It's an industry that has been a massive success by every measure.
Looks like they did more than just survive.
Just to survive, you took a proud nation, a tribal nation that was so much more diverse than anything that we have in the so-called modern and civilized world.
So you believe one race is more diverse than what we've got now? with multiple races, multiple different cultures. Are you fucking shitting me?
And you force them to turn into a civilization that has to rely on greed and cruelty just to survive. Why? Just to survive.
Well, if that is the case, I don't see any other options, Suit. Kiwi farmers must apologize and pay reparations to the Native Americans. There's no other option. How dare Kiwi Farms do this? This is an outrage.
And these... I can't even imagine how much the overpopulation density must be in there, but... You don't care. No, no, no. Your social justice only consists of trying to get socially awkward individuals to stop watching a show that's quote-unquote meant for little girls.
They're not trying to make you stop watching My Little Pony, and yeah, it is for little girls. They're just there to laugh at you.
Little girls. Is this a demographic that you think you're defending? This is the only demographic that you care about defending the social justice of, because you guys, you sad, miserable little spoiled Kiwis, for once in your miserable lives, want to know that you've done the right thing, to be on the right side of history, which you guys don't care about minority rights, women's rights, transgender rights especially.
I heard the word transgender. Does someone need me? I'm here to defend you.
Fuck off, Tipster.
The only thing that you could do, the only group that you can choose to defend, quote unquote, feel like you've done something worthwhile in your lives is 14-year-old girls to the exclusion of 14-year-old boys. We're allowed to like pony shows too, okay?
Did someone mention horses? I think this is one of my followers.
Fuck off, Vaush.
When Dansburst believes himself unspoiled Kelia, Dansburst believes himself to be a profound intellectual and revolutionary thinker. No, I'm just a person who has a bare minimum amount of focus, unlike so many ADHD Zoomers on this website who any post that's over the length of 2 KiwiFarms posts is like a novel to them. Learn to read. Like, you guys have an entire thread, but you don't want to read people's posts. Like, I'm the person you're chronicling, and you can't even bring yourself to like skim through my posts or like do basic research. Which, this is why you guys suck so much at doxing, by the way, even though it's not even that hard, which of course I don't promote it, but it's not even that hard, it's your main focus, and you suck at it. You suck so much at it, because I have information that you guys haven't even begun to scratch the surface of it.
What an absolute moron. Imagine challenging the Kiwi Farms to dox you.
Like I said earlier, I don't believe this is going to work out too well for you, Timmy.
Like, I'm not going to dox myself, obviously, of course, but you guys really have no idea what we're doing. As you say, my philosophy rendition defending the morality of Zoophilia to defending pedophiles, I still have to make a video on your sense become pedosexuality. And yes, it is a sexuality. Pedosexuality is a sexuality.
No, it's not a sexuality. You'd like it to be a sexuality because you're trying to normalize pedophilia, you fucking sick cunt.
In Shatterberg. Are you guys really lumping this in like, oh my god, he's a zoophile, he's a pedophile, and he defends a Shadman Arctic? Guys, what?
Suit, I do happen to have a solution to this problem over here.
That's funny, Logicked. I was thinking the same thing.
Mine's bigger.
Blacks usually are, aren't they?
Which he presents in poorly made... Why don't you say it to my editor's face how poorly made my video is? You guys have never made a video in your lives. Do you know how much work that takes? Oh my god.
I would fire your editor. Look at that. Your Brony avatar has a white background. You haven't even transparented that out. Fire your editor. And then jump into a wood chipper.
Like, you guys think that you know everything. You don't. Okay? You don't know anything. All you do is skim the lives of other people. And you think that you could do everything yourself. I want to see you make something just once in your lives, Kiwi Farms.
Well, I can't speak for Kiwi Farms, but all of this is done by me. No editors. I do the voice, I do the AI, I do the characters, I place the characters, I do the animation, I do your video editing, I remove the crazy crap music that's too loud in the background of your own video, isolating your voice. I add the subtitles because sometimes it's just a little bit hard to understand you. I render your video, I add it to the TV, I move the cameras, and then I render the animation and I throw it into the video editor where we put it all together to create one larger animation. And yet your editor couldn't even remove a white background from your fucking avatar.
I want one of you to take the initiative as an individual and come to debate me on my server, Planet Kitten Island, on the morality of zoophilia, the morality of pedophilia, the morality of doxing, and the morality of harassment. But I don't see that from any of you. You guys are still debating whether you even want to debate me or not. That's just pathetic, Kiwi Farms.
Anyone out there want to debate Timmy on the morality of pedophilia and zoophilia? Reach out to him on Twitter.
Dansburst, even all 53. Yeah. You try making a YouTube channel. You try making a YouTube channel, creepy voyeurists. You voyeurs. Dansburst even interacts with other, I'm a spoiled Keely. Dansburst even interacts with other notorious bronies that accidentally found their way onto the farms, such as the infamous Peppermint Swirl or Foster accidentally. These are good people.
I wonder what kind of people a pedo supporter and pro-animal fucker considers good people. Peppermint Swirl, pedophile, zoophile, brony, TCR spurg, drug addict, unqualified to work at Walmart, self-proclaimed John Brown of furries, blessed by Celestia Luna, wants to kill himself to reach Equestria, suffers from Reuben Sim derangement syndrome. Yep, of course, another pedo and animal fucker is considered good people by Timmy.
Who came onto the farms to target the harassment against them due to poor object and due to their friends that are being also harassed mercilessly and ridiculed by you guys. And it's pathetic that you guys harass people who can't defend themselves, and yet you aren't willing to debate the high functioning people who can.
Oh, don't worry, Timmy. I'm sure there will be plenty of people that will want to debate you now. We'll keep getting the word out for you.
Minstrel, foster you, Mexican anti. Why are you calling us anti-fag? We're pro-homosexual, and yet you're calling us anti-fag. You guys are just completely wrong. And you don't even care when you're wrong. Well, bro, at least you got that one right. At least you got that one right, Kiwi Farms. That Dansburst said, yes, I did come to Kiwi Farms to defend them. Why did I think coming to the farms was an idea? Good idea. Let's ask Dansburst. Oh, no, how about instead of asking Dansburst, let's make her own completely crazy headcanon that's out of proportion.
What a completely unhinged faggot. Yeah, I said faggot. You're not a chick. You're a fucking bloke with an extremely high soy-filled voice. And no matter how many times you put a dress on, it won't make you a chick. What you are is an unhinged, pedo-supporting, zoophilic-supporting faggot.
I'm homosexual and I endorse this message.
And now we see how long before this video is struck for an opinion.
Timmy wouldn't false flag the video. He's all for free speech, aren't you, Timmy?
I'm sure all of Timmy's supporters are also champions of free speech.
Oh, of course they are. They're all champions of free speech. Timmy wants people to debate him. Timmy wants the word to be spread. And we are spreading his word. So if he or any of his community did decide to flag this video due to an opinion, that'd be pretty gay. Wouldn't it, Timmy?
Well, Dansburst isn't afraid of his enemies. Okay, you got that one right, Kiwi Farms. And I wish you could confront them head on, okay, right again, by power leveling, which is apparently power leveling is being honest about what you believe when what you believe is something that's socially taboo or socially unacceptable.
Oh, well, there we go. He said it himself. If there's something that is socially unacceptable or taboo, then he's willing to support it and support that speech. And he's also willing to confront his enemies. So that would mean that he has no reason to silence his enemies. So he wouldn't be false flagging videos due to opinions that he may not believe are socially acceptable. Well done, Timmy. I hope those that support you also have the same beliefs when it comes to free speech.
Because apparently, when you believe something socially unacceptable that a Kiwi farmer does, like racism or sexism or transphobia.
I heard the word transphobia. Does someone need me?
Fuck off, Tipster.
You're supposed to play coy with it and dog whistle because you don't have a foundation for your beliefs, so you spread them through heateds and so-called memes instead of an actual argument. And when you guys actually do give arguments, they suck. That's right, they suck. Debunked. They suck. They're trash.
That is a very interesting way to debunk. I could save hours of time on my videos just by saying, that sucks, or they suck, to every argument presented to me.
Indeed, say it once, that sucks. Then copy and paste it as your reply. Why bother researching anything?
And that's what you guys think that it means to propagate your anti-woke mind virus. Because you guys are the ones spreading the mind viruses with memes. Leftists and apolitical people who support social progressivism write things in walls of text because they have a reason to believe the things that they believe in. But you guys are the ones spreading this mimetic form of image virus things where you guys can spread your beliefs to people. You don't even have to think about what they're being brainwashed into believing. What you guys do is you tie your sense of humor with your actual political beliefs about the world. And that's why what you believe and what you disseminate is just so noxiously toxic that I don't know how any decent, moral human being could ever stand by what you believe.
Says the Brony supporting fucking animals and fucking children. And you think we are not decent, moral human beings?
Next thing that Kiwi Farms is accusing me of, autistic, pseudo-intellectual N-word babble. Wow, you guys aren't even being covert with your racism this time, because you guys are just laying it all in front of you. Autistic, pseudo-intellectual... What? What?
Nigga babble is a thing. Though I must say, it is 100 times more intellectual than the shit I'm hearing from you, Timmy.
You guys are the one writing 40 pages of a thread on me!
I believe it is 75 pages now, Timmy.
75 pages. Timmy, this thread is growing faster than your YouTube channel's subscriber count.
And you're calling me the pseudo-intellectual? Are you freaking for real? What? He may just be the most powerful brony the Farms has encountered, for other horse fuckers kneel and submit to his autism. Well, you're right about one thing, that I have a lot of people, especially mayors, that like to submit to me. But if you guys are saying that it's because of my autism, you guys are just wrong. It's because I have a foundation for what I believe in, where other people don't have one. And so people want to look to someone who's firmly grounded in a strong base. And when they don't have that, they look to other people who do. Me, being someone who does, gets a lot of people who come to me looking for me. Isn't that obvious? But I guess you haven't had that experience, so anytime someone does have it, you just assume it's because they're autistic. I'm autistic. I have autism. I have ADHD. I'm neurodivergent. No! No! I'm just a person that believes things that other people don't believe. And you guys are calling it autism? For what? For what? Why are you doing this? It's because the only way that you guys can argue against other people is by doing an ad hominem logical fallacy. That you guys' intellectual muscles are so strained that you don't even care. You don't even care to make a counter argument to any of my videos or any of my YouTube community posts. You only care about archiving them to go, wow, look at how autistic he is. You guys don't give a crap about anything, and you have to make like you love to think like you're so above it all, is archiving everything when you don't even care to engage with the things that you're supposed to be archiving. What are you talking about? I'm the autistic pseudo-intellectual. You guys are pseudo-archivers.
You would be forgiven to think that this guy is a legit troll. However, he's not a troll. He is 100% a defender and advocate of pedophilia and zoophilia. I shit you not.
That's right. You guys are pseudo-historians. You guys are like the racist pseudo-historians like, what's his name? Jared Diamond or whoever. Or those racist, the people who wrote the 10,000-year explosion. The racists who wrote about the 10,000-year explosion. You guys don't care about the true history. We're trying to do an analysis of the history. You just want to narrativize history to support your own racist and sexist and transphobic beliefs.
I keep hearing someone speaking about transphobia. Are you sure there isn't someone in need over here? Perhaps a drama that I could insert myself into? Maybe a trans person I could attempt to save?
Fuck off, Tipster.
But sorry guys, I got interrupted by my mom again, but where was I? Oh yeah, you guys are like fake historians because you don't even care to analyze the history. You just want to narrativize it, support your racism, sexism, and transphobia.
There it is again. Guys, I can help.
Fuck off, Tipster.
You guys are the pseudos. You guys are the suits. Early Life First Studios from the investigative journalists here at KiwiFarms.com. Not much has been uncovered on Dansburst's early look. Yeah, because the guys suck at doxing. Although a couple of details are known. I'm a spoiled Kiwi. I'm a spoiled Kiwi. His first name is Timmy. Well, you got that much right, though. Good luck trying to find my last name, Nimrods. What a bunch of fucking Nimrods you guys are. You guys don't even know my last name. Based on YouTube. You know how many thousands of millions of people in the world are called Timothy? Or called Timothy II? You guys don't have a clue. What a bunch of fucking losers. Oh my god, you guys fucking suck.
Oof. Antagonize the Kiwi Farms.
Timmy, you don't want to be putting a challenge out to an entire forum that can weaponize pure internet autism.
No, Timmy. Do it. Challenge the farms more. This is going to be pure internet gold.
I'm with Undoomed on this one. Timmy, challenge Kiwi Farms more. Do it.
Okay, so you guys are uncovering the details based on some YouTube videos with my transgender ex-romantic partner.
Look, I'm sorry for keeping on jumping in here.
Oh, no, that's fine, Tipster. Don't worry about it, though, because Kiwi Farms has found him. In the course of making this video, they found him, and Timmy's now deleted his presence from the internet. So I guess he won't be debating anybody.
Damn, that was fast.
I did warn him this wouldn't end well.
If only I got here sooner, I could have helped him.
Oh well, tough shit. Off you go now.
Should we even bother continuing the video?
Always. We milk it for the lols.
She is addressed as such, which I'm not even gonna read. I'm not even gonna read this fallacious pronoun. This fallacious cisgender pronoun. But
Michael, we're going to go by Snickers bar.
So, okay, yeah, they're playing a video of a fight that I had with my ex-girlfriend.
Boyfriend, male, guy. Doesn't matter if he wears a dress. Doesn't matter if you want to call him a her. Biologically, he's a male, which makes you a faggot. Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with being gay. But if you're fucking a manhole and thinking that it's a vagina, that doesn't make you heterosexual. You understand that, Timmy? Or do we have to take you back to school?
Girlfriend. And this was a fight that we had a long time ago, and this wasn't even the reason that we broke up. But because it was the one thing publicly posted on the ClearNet for you guys to easily, lazily dox, just by putting in a few keywords on the search bar, you guys think that this is the most revealing, conclusive piece of so-called evidence ever, just because we're having a fight that she posted online because she was mad at me.
Timmy, he was mad at you. Michael was mad at you. It don't matter if Michael changed his name to Michelle. He is still the biological pronoun we all use for the biological sex, male.
It's not like that was the type of thing that she would hold against me or anything. It's not like that's a thing that even happened frequently. But you guys think that it does, and it didn't.
Wait, what are you saying, Timmy?
Michael, you took my Snickers bar.
I don't even want to listen to this because you guys brings up some bad memories for me, but you can just watch that yourself if you want to watch that on the thread. So I'm not going to talk about that right now. So give me a minute.
It's okay, Timmy. Take your time. It's not every day you have to relive the trauma of the Snickers bar incident.
If we could just have a moment of silence for Timmy, please.
Michael stole my Snickers bar, left me in the dark and I snapped my heart with a guitar. Love story ending with a sigh. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief. Can't love him anymore. We used to share everything sweet. Now my sorrow's incomplete. Sad memories on repeat. Heartaches got me beat. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief. Can't love him anymore. I can't remember how absurd. All trust lost, gone unheard. For chocolate, this is dirt. Leaving me feeling so dead. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief. Can't love him anymore. We used to share everything sweet. Now my sorrow's incomplete. Sad memories on repeat. Heartaches got me beat. I can't know heist, how absurd. All trust lost, gone unheard. For chocolate, this is dirt. Leaving me feeling so dead. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief. Can't love him anymore.
That was for you, Timmy. I almost cried. Almost.
Yeah, we did fight. Yeah, and we broke up, and then we got back together then, and then we broke up again, and I don't even care. So that was the past. And one of my YouTube videos where I refer to myself as Michelle's boyfriend. Yeah, so it's true.
Michael.
It's also believed that Timmy likely resides in Florida. Well, okay, wow, there are 50 states I could be in, and you happen to find one of them. Wow. You know how many millions of people are called Timothy II in Florida? You don't. Because the thing is how big it was, you want to be so happy about this total non-victory at all. And wow, even your own third-party allies are against you guys doxing and harassing. This is pathetic. This is why you guys get no visibility anymore. This is why you guys got censored off of Google, which you should have been, by the way, because no moral search engine is going to hold a site like you in high repute at all, especially not in a page ranking algorithm. I don't even know why you guys are even hosted by Cloudflare, which you have no right to have the DDoS protection that you guys should be the ones that are doxxed and harassed at anything. Not that I believe in retributive justice, but sometimes you get freaking deserved.
Not sure what you're talking about there, Timmy. It's the second result that pops up on a Google search.
Oh, you have to forgive him, Logicked. He's a gay brony. He does not know any better.
Timmy also expressed interest in going to Mayor Fair, a brony convention held in Orlando, Florida, and a comment responding to, okay, so it looks like one of the guys that you make fun of, look, pink triangle, wow, look, it's a Nazi dog whistle. It's a Nazi freaking dog whistle because do you guys even know triangle Nazi Germany? Do you guys even know what this is supposed to be? Yeah, you guys are just referencing a Holocaust like it's a freaking joke. I didn't even know this was a thing until my friend pointed it out to me. You guys are using the symbol, you guys are culturally appropriating the symbol of a fascist regime that wants to send people who are pro and supportive of Antifa and homosexual and black and transgender race into concentration camps. Concentration camps! Were you guys even concentrating at all when you thought about the moral and ethical implications of putting something like this on your website? Maybe you guys need to be sent to a concentration camp for your ADHD. Oh, person. When with an actual moral code could be in support of this. That literally, oh my god, this is vulgar. What? Oh my god.
A pink triangle has been a symbol for the LGBT community, initially intended as a badge of shame, but later reappropriated as a positive symbol of self-identity. In Nazi Germany in the 1930s and 1940s, it began as one of the Nazi concentration camp badges, distinguishing those imprisoned because they had been identified by authorities as gay men or trans women. In the 1970s, it was revived as a symbol of protest against homophobia and has since been adopted by the larger LGBT community as a popular symbol of LGBT pride in the LGBT movements and queer liberation movements.
What the hell are you spurging out about Timmy? Look, it's been reappropriated as a positive symbol of self-identity by the LGBT. You should be celebrating the pink triangle Timmy, not spurging about it.
Wow, something I didn't know and didn't need to fucking know. Now that I do know, I still don't fucking care.
Yeah, Timmy, not a good call. Not a good sign. It shows that you are just not educated in these type of things, and you're supposed to be a queer ally. You should know that the pink triangle has been reappropriated. You fucking idiot.
Asocial, because you guys want everyone to be extroverts. You think that being a NEET is bad because it's something totally like a social duty. Well, what kind of society do you want me to be doing a duty to? A fascist regime under Donald J. Trump?
Timmy, I love the LGBT. I support gays and lesbians. I don't even mind the trans so long as they leave our kids alone. But what I won't support are pedophiles and dog fuckers. In fact, Timmy, I support the LGBT so much. No greater supporter, no supporter quite like me, if I am being honest. I support them so much that I will announce that I am a woman just prior to accepting my presidency. Timmy, I will become the first orange woman president. That's right, I'll be the first ever female woman of color to be president of our great country.
It's what you guys want me to be working and contributing to. Well, no, I don't think I will. Thank you very much. And I don't even care. I don't even care if I have to be deprived of my fullest needs living on, I don't know, the hatefully underfunded welfare state that we have in the most prosperous nation in the entire history of the world, by the way. But I don't even care, because I'm not going to stand for a kind of society that would send me to a concentration camp just on the whims of its anonymous, so-called anonymous underground internet denizens.
No one is throwing you into a concentration camp, Timmy.
Hey, sorry to interrupt, but I heard on the Mayor Vine that there was a singing horse here.
Oh, there was, Vaush. And you totally missed it. Now can you just fuck off and never come back?
So, Timmy doesn't want to work and wants to live on the welfare system. Is anyone not surprised?
Help if you're bipolar. I'm trying to calm down, Mom, but you're not. I'm trying to be famous.
Dansman, we can't talk to you when you keep on doing this. I don't know why you're doing it.
I'm doing this because my mother is in the room with me right now, and she's not letting me film my video, and she's not supporting me. And
I thought you went to the basement.
I went to the basement, and then my mom came down with me to the basement because she doesn't want me to be famous on YouTube. She wants me to have a job, and I don't want to have a job. I want to be a NEET. Mom, I want to be a NEET, Mom. I'm coming out as a NEET, not employed in education or training, Mom.
What the fuck was that?
Just another video of Timmy found on the internet.
Oof. All right, let's get back to the main video.
They can get away with this behavior just because they're posting on an anonymous thread. You guys want anonymity for yourselves, but you want to revoke the anonymity of everyone else. Well, I don't think that's fair at all in the slightest.
Look, Timmy, sure, there are some people on the forums, on the Kiwi Farms, that might hate someone or just be the trolls of someone that they hate. And they may twist information and be real disingenuous, but that's far and few between. For the most part, Kiwi Farms is a net positive, just posting what you say and what you do. I mean, it's okay to be skeptical. I certainly am when I come across a thread where they're trying to reframe something that was written or said. That's a totally different matter. But for the most part, like I said, they're a net benefit. And remember, Timmy, you're the one that said you advocate for fucking kids and fucking animals, not them. So I don't know why you're crying.
You guys are just brutal. Those are worse than my bullies at high school, and you guys get to be successful, and well, I bet you're not successful, but even if you were, then it will be, even if you were only a little bit successful, it will be unfair because of all the harm that you've been causing, the credible harm that you've been causing to other people, other humans, and also Therians, also otherkins, who are not any less valid than humans who you oppress.
Kiwi Farms isn't oppressing you or anyone else, Timmy.
Therian, someone who identifies as a specific non-human animal. Those people are mentally ill and should be institutionalized. Otherkin, a subculture of people who identify as partially or entirely non-human. Once again, another group of people who need to see the return of asylums.
Just so that everything is clear for the record, because I know you guys are going to want to archive this video too, and you guys are going to go, oh, Timmy's getting emotional. Timmy has moral principles. Timmy's getting, we want us the police because we made Timmy get emotional about his principles. Well, maybe you guys had actual convictions about the state of the world. You doing something better than sitting around in your basement chairs, working on a thread about other people. Because you guys don't ever want to do anything for yourself. You guys have this grand vision for a fascist regime of a society. But the most you guys can do for it is go out and vote once every 4 years and call other people to action on your anonymous internet thread. You guys don't even care about the hateful politics that you support. It's just a source of stimulation for you. And that is why I call you truly pathetic. You are scum, spoiled Kiwi Farms. Not even the store would sell you for a discount price.
Hateful politics? Timmy, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
One man's hate is another man's love.
One man's love is another man's hate. And thank God most of us hate men that love kitty fiddlers and animal fucker advocates. Like you, Timmy.
Oh, preach it, brother. Preach it loud. Preach it for all to hear. We all hate the kitty diddler. We all hate the animal fucker. And we hate those that support and advocate for them. Amen.
You're so obsessed with me. And you're so obsessed with me because you like all of your categories that you hate so much because you have hate in your heart for me. And yes, Jewish, pedophile, zoophile, in support of bisexual women and transgender men. Just because I'm not 100% gender conforming all the time means that you guys want to send me to a concentration camp. You guys don't know who you're messing with, by the way.
Gender concentration camp? What in the actual fuck is that?
Nobody knows, mate. Nobody knows. It's just another made-up thing inside this wanker's head. Just like every other made-up thing inside his head.
And what's this about Kiwi Farms? Don't know who exactly they're dealing with, Timmy? Are you sure about that, buddy?
Timmy, I have a feeling that Kiwi Farms knows exactly who they're dealing with now, since they've doxed you, and you've decided to run away from the internet like the little bitch you are.
I haven't even gotten through the first post of your thread, and I'm already defaulted you over 13 times. And you think that your argument was going to hold scrutiny? Well, I guess that's why you were posting it on your anonymous little Facebook thread, you spoiled Kiwis, because you didn't expect anyone to analyze what you were just posting there. You thought that there was only going to be a circle joke among your fat, stinky basement selves. And let me tell you something. When you post something on the internet, even the people you don't like are going to see it. That's called operational security. And I am quite the doxer myself, so don't get surprised if you get sent any letters in the mail from me, Dansburst Studio.
I bet you're not gonna like it if you did. So there's that for you.
And you wonder why they went out of their way to dox you, Timmy. You couldn't just leave well enough alone.
Wow, what a bunch of losers on Kiwi Farms. What a bunch of losers. Finally, as a self-proclaimed proud NEET, which, in case anyone doesn't know, it stands for Not in Education, Employment, or Training. And I am in training right now, actually. I'm in training for the biggest political movement of the 21st century. We're going to get Donald Trump out of the White House by the so-called legitimate means that he got in there. So if you think that I'm not training for anything, you're wrong. You are wrong. So shamelessly wrong and unfounded. You deserve to be ridiculed for this. It is just laughable.
Timmy in training to take down Donald Trump. Being a far-left pedo supporter and dog-fucking supporter, I would say Timmy is in training with Antifa. Just makes sense.
It is just so laughable how you think that I'm not in training. I've been training my mind every day as a rhetorician for Antifa.
Yep, called it.
And you are the ones who are not in training because you're all so cowardly rejecting the debate against me, your so-called lolcow. You want to chronicle every little morsel of data against me, and yet I'm presenting myself to you for a challenge, and for a challenge which you so cowardly reject. It shows how much interesting in archiving you are, which you're not in level 0. You are level 0 interested in archiving. You are just a poser and a fraud. You only care about archiving because it makes you look good in front of other people and gives you social status. Oh, look at me! I found all this data and information. Well, do you want a debate? No, you don't want a debate. No, why don't you want a debate? Because you're a coward. Because you're a coward, and because you know that all of your archival data is only useful when you're presenting it to other people to make fun of me without the original person being there involved in the first place. You know that's true, and I know that's true. And you know that when you are in a voice call with me, when you and I, both of you, know that truth to be true, you will see your own strategy used against you.
You're calling Kiwi farmers cowards? Not a good strategy, Timmy. By the way, your Kiwi thread is up to 92 pages now.
Hey, Timmy, you fucktard. I got a question. Since you've put your tail between your legs and bolted from the internet, how are we to now debate you online?
Oh, such a shame. We can't debate Timmy online now. And nothing of value was lost.
And you know you don't want it to happen. That's why you're avoiding it so much. But anyway, back to the thread. Yes, I am not a NEET. I am not a NEET because I am in training. And you guys are the ones rejecting and neglecting the intellectual training of something called your mind. That's right, your brain, the organ that is supposed to take up most of the nutrients of your whole entire physical vessel, which you all so shamelessly neglect. Wow, you're so stupid. How can you even live with yourselves? No wonder you aren't able to understand a show like My Little Pony.
My Little Pony is a cartoon for children, young girls. Congratulations, you're as smart as a child.
I live with my mom, and she's really annoying sometimes, but even if she's a little bit of a capitalist, she's still a good person. Unlike you guys who have parents that support and condone doxing and immoral harassment.
Of course you live with your mom.
And much disappointment and shame. You live your whole lives off of social shame. No wonder you try to project it for others. Oh, Dansburst Studios. I already know what you guys are going to say about this one. Oh, Timmy got emotional in his video. That means he's having a Spurg attack. Oh, he's being illogical. No, wrong. And let me tell you why that's wrong. Let me tell you why that's wrong. Because you guys think, oh, look, ad hominem calling me an authist again because of the way I'm presenting myself online is, because I have a pony sona.
because I have a pony Sona, and he's not the one that's in the show, by the way. Dansburst is canonically Sunburst's brother, and I am not stealing or repurposing anything, because I made the animation for that particular character of mine, my representation of me, after I go through the portal to the mirror world. I made it myself. I'd like to see you guys draw anything for yourselves, so don't even try to use this against me.
You kind of didn't tell us who you Spurg attacked. Getting lost when called an autist. Also, Timmy, Pony Sonas. That's just role-playing. You've created a cartoon character, a backstory, and then are role-playing it out as if it is yourself. It's 100% legit role-playing. That's all it is.
Created, you say?
Oh, my apologies. Wrong word. It's repurposed. An existing cartoon character.
Timmy will often use horse terminology and anatomical terms when referring to himself or speaking, such as saying every pony instead of everyone. Well, if I'm talking about my Antifas, of course I'm going to say every pony. Like, you guys literally say every Kiwi right here. Right here. Just look at the slide. Look at the slide. Greetings, every Kiwi. Greetings, every Kiwi. And I'm the one. And I'm the one that's out of fashion socially, just because I'm using a term that's a little dated in the pop culture, but still holds significant personal value to me as an individual. I'm the one who's crazy here. Let me just give you all a moment to reflect on that. Just a little bit. Maybe it'll sink in. Alright, so I want you guys to actually pause this video and go and take a walk outside right now, because I know you guys don't get any sunlight at all. That's why you guys are so tunnel vision focusing on, oh my god, he said every pony. What? Just pause this video right now and go outside if you are still thinking that this term is something that is even applicable for someone to make fun of any pony about. New mail. You don't have a clue how much I despise that term.
New male is an internet slang term referring to men and boys who do not conform to traditional masculine gender roles. Online, the term is often used as a pejorative in a similar fashion to beta male, cuck, or soy boy, but is typically reserved for white men with facial hair and eyeglasses.
New male. Sounds like an accurate description for you, Timmy.
And yet you think that it's applicable to Sunburst. No, it isn't. You guys understand, like, right here, like, I'm being surrounded by two mares. I'm literally cuckolding Starlight. Even though she's my soulmate, I'm able to cuckold her a little, and she likes it. Because she knows that I'm her soulmate. She knows that I'm the only one who can bring a spirit of intellectual vigor into her life. So much so that I'm able to, let's say, horse around with a little friend of mine, and it's still a good deal for her. I'm giving her 80% of my focus, and it's still a good deal for her. You guys have no idea how much value I provide for that to be even something that applies to me.
Timmy, do you realize that you're literally sitting at home, living with your mum, pretending to be a pony, imagining that you're cuckolding another pony who is supposedly a soulmate of yours, whilst you're messing around with a third pony? This is all in your fucking head, mate. Do you realize that? We call this role-playing, and you're doing this while you reply to Kiwi farmers who have created a thread on you and want to dox you because you support pedophilia and zoophilia. Is any of this registering upstairs? And you wonder why we call you people mentally ill and want asylums to be brought back.
I still believe wood chippers are the way to go. Cheaper option too.
Oh, but I guess I'm a new male because I don't 100%, because I'm a gender non-conformist. I'm a new male now. You guys are so tunnel vision. Wow. Just wow. This is an existing MOP character. No, he's his brother. As one would expect from a so-called autist, he's just repurposed it, blah, 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 blah. Not true. I debunked this. Horse terminology, yeah. So
remember, Timmy's way to debunk things is to just say that it is stupid.
Well, that's stupid.
I'm speaking to my friends. We're saying every pony. We're saying Antifa because that's what we are. And I don't expect you to understand that either. Like, you guys dog whistle all the time. And you don't think it's and you don't carry on when you dog whistle because you don't have any consistent standards at all. Referring to women as mares. If I'm speaking to someone who I'm planning to meet in a horse dimension, why should I not be calling them mares?
So, Timmy, you're literally going to meet imaginary horses that are in your head in an imaginary dimension that is also in your head.
Are you guys like challenged or something? Does this not follow from first principles? But and apparently it's so creepy. Oh my god, ew, he's a pervert, he's a creep. He's because they refer to children as poles. This is something that literally follows from axioms. And you guys think, oh, that's abnormal. Oh my god, you guys don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm a horse. I'm not a horse in this dimension. In this dimension, I have 2 hands, opposable thumbs, and 10 digits on my hands and my feet.
So you believe you are human in this dimension, do you, Timmy? I can assure you, anyone who advocates for pedophilia and zoophilia is not human.
That makes me a human in this dimension. If I were to go into a different dimension where my physiology would change accordingly to the norms, the universal constants, if I go into a different dimension where the universal constants of that dimension has shifted accordingly, then my physiological features are going to be morphed accordingly to correspond with the universal constants of that dimension.
So what you're saying, Timmy, is if you enter your own dimension that is within your head, you will then change into a pony within your head. Am I following this correctly?
The things that are constant to me as an individual, like my personality, my spirit, my soul, my memories, all of those are going to remain fixed as I transfer between dimensions. But the superficial attributes of me, the physical vessel that holds my mental and soul energy, is going to be changed and morphed accordingly.
Timmy, I got no fucking idea what you just said. To me it sounded like a bunch of word salad. Word salad which should be evidence as to why we need to bring back asylums.
At this point, Timmy, I'm not one to advocate for ending one's own life, but I won't stand in your way if you want to. Nor would it interrupt my sleep if you ever did.
You guys have never gone to anywhere other than your own basement. So it figures that you guys wouldn't know anything about going to a different dimension. And yet you proclaim to know everything about everything when you've never even left your own little sphere of your basement. You sad little Kiwis. You don't even know what you're missing out on.
Well, I can't say I've ever traveled to another dimension, so I don't believe I can comment on that, Timmy. What about you, Suit?
No, I can't say that I've traveled to another dimension. Undoomed?
Suit, I have been to many places in this world, but never to another dimension.
I've been to several dimensions, but I'm usually high as fuck before I go there.
Timmy using the term stallionsplaining. Well, this is literally trivial because I'm talking about a different dimension where a stallion is explaining something in the same way a human male will mansplain in this dimension.
This guy really needs to be thrown into the wood chipper.
I couldn't agree more, Megan. I couldn't agree more.
And show the diction morphs autonomously, tautologically, analogously as to the physiology of my physical form when I shift between dimensions. You guys have never taken a class on this in your lives, so it figures that you wouldn't know anything about actual reasoning.
Is this guy fucking retarded? I'm serious now. Is this guy legitimately mentally ill?
The answer to that question, Omegan, is yes. Yes, this guy is legitimately mentally ill.
Welcome to the party! Meet Timmy. Timmy is an advocate for fiddling the underaged and spending alone time with animals.
Now I understand why you all brought wood chippers.
Indeed, though, this one will be going in feet first.
Not a bunch of losers. Oh, Pedoburst, yeah. This is why you banned me, by the way, guys. This is why you thought that it was okay to ban me from your website, just because of this Nazi dog whistle. Nazi dog whistle that you're applying to me. I have never had a romantic relationship with a minor in my entire life, and yet I'm the pedophile?
A Nazi dog whistle? Pedo is a Nazi dog whistle? What the fuck?
Timmy, you may claim you have not had a relationship with a minor. In fact, you may indeed not have had a relationship of this type at all. However, your belief system and what you advocate for and consider as righteous tells us that if the opportunity did pop up for you, you would most certainly take it.
Really? Come on, guys. Who do you think you're kidding when you're calling me this nonsense? Did you feel?
I was prepared to do my best, but I could handle any test. For I can do so many tricks, but I wasn't prepared for this.
I'm so glad it's over.
Oh, Undoomed, it's not over. We haven't even got to the video where he clarifies his position and discuss his moral arguments for defending pedophiles and raping animals.
Okay, I'm out of here.
Do you think it's possible that we could have some kind of palate cleanser?
A palate cleanser? What a fantastic idea. I've got just the thing. We're going to sit back and listen to Timmy's fanfic story about AOC.
You motherfucker.
My AOC heaven by the CEO of Antifa.
You motherfucker.
Whoa, Undoomed. Don't blame me. Blame Timmy.
No, I'm gonna blame you, Suit.
Would you prefer if we moved on to Timmy's boyfriend? I've got a video here of him in a diaper, shitting himself. You want to see?
Oh, hell no. Let's just stick with AOC.
It was a gloomy day in Antifa headquarters, Portland. I was sleeping in my tent when I was awoken by a faint glow. A white glow, originating outside, illuminated my tent. Startled, I slowly rose from the bed, practicing caution. I looked at my right hand, which had my black BLM watch. The time was 10 p.m. I had only slept for an hour. Being CEO of Antifa is hard work. I had just returned from starting a fire in Oregon. The white glow permeating the room was getting stronger. Approaching the entrance to the tent, I could hear a faint noise. A beautiful noise. A noise that sounded like it belongs in atheist heaven. Monkey jungle.
Monkey jungle? Atheist heaven is known as monkey jungle to this dog fucker?
It was the noise of high heels gently hitting the pavement. The fear I felt went away, and I felt awe. Curiosity overtook my caution. The alt-right trolls frequently prank us. I opened the entrance to the tent. I pushed the flaps on both sides away. Before me, all I could see was white. I couldn't see the pavement, nor could I see the Antifa tents all around me. I took a step forward. The sound of high heels could still be heard. I took another step forward, still hearing the sound. The sound was coming from my left, so I turned there and I saw a figure illuminating the heavenly white all around me.
So, AOC was glowing?
Whoa, settle down, Logicked. Don't interrupt the story. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Brighter than anything I've seen before. Truly a visage from atheist heaven. I approached it. Yelling BLM, TRAPS, all the progressive words I knew. I screamed more and more, unable to say my pride. I said all of the genders, all of the races.
I call bullshit on this story. If you stood there and shouted out all of the genders, you'd be there for a month.
Well, maybe he believes like we believe, that there are only two genders, and so he just stood there and yelled out he, she, and then it was over.
This guy advocates for raping animals and fucking kids. He's a far-left lunatic. Of course he'd believe in the 1,000,001 genders.
Fair point, Undoomed. Fair point.
And then I finally said the most magic words of all. AOC, AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The Queen of Antifa. Although I am the CEO, I still answer to her. The Queen, I am simply a hive mind. She is the one in control.
Whoa, onion cunt. No. You cannot have a copy of Michael in the diaper shitting himself. Fuck off now. Go on, get out of here.
What in the fuck was that?
Oh, that's onion cunt. Little onion cunt. Sometimes he pops his head in. Usually, you'll find him outside fucking cars. Don't ask.
She is the apple in my eyes. She is my love. I knelt.
I knelt as I have never knelt during a Pledge of Allegiance before. I knelt. I knew I was inferior to women, to blacks, to her, to AOC. So I knelt. AOC walked towards me, at the same pace. She walked and walked. Each time she walked, my heart fluttered. I was so anxious that time seemed to move slowly. Finally, she was next to me. My head still laying low, I asked her for permission to lift my head up. She told me no out of fear of an upskirt and out of fear for objectification. She said so in a mad tone, a tone I deserved, for I had just implied a sexual act, me being a man, the rotten pig that I am.
How in the hell can this actually be his fantasies?
Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse.
Turn around, she yelled. I turned my rotten pig body. Me, a male pig, was getting the treatment I deserved. I was in my nightgown, an unfitting clothing. Even if my nightgown was rainbow, it was still an objectifying clothing, it implying that I wanted to do something to AOC. This angered her even more, because my acts resembled the pig that I am. AOC quickly pantsed me, leaving me naked. She took a moment and said, "Why is your chode so hard? Do you view me as an object?" I have to admit I was aroused. After all, I am a man, incapable of intellect, simply there to satisfy women. Out of anger, she shoved her high heels up my rectum, so deep that it was hitting my intestines.
What in the actual fuck?
See, I told you it gets better.
Your definition of better is not one I subscribe to.
My insides were bursting, but I was delightful. Finally, someone was giving me the treatment I deserved. She shoved her foot harder and harder, occasionally pushing it out and inserting it back inside me at full speed. My rectum was already quite expansive from my anal expansion procedure, but this was pushing it to the limit. Quite frankly, I couldn't handle more of this, but I deserved that. To die at the hands of AOC is to die at the hands of atheist God.
Timmy, we have a perfectly good wood chipper here. Just saying.
To die at the hands of justice, to die for something bigger, an honor I could never deserve. That was why she pulled out her heels. She slapped my left butt cheek, indicating me to turn around. I turned around, limping in pain. Her red high heels were even redder since blood got onto her foot. She was furious. My pig blood tainted her beautiful progressive Muslim Antifa skin.
Timmy, sorry to break this to you, but if she's Muslim, then she's not an atheist.
That's what you've got out of this so far?
Hey, what can I say? It's what I do.
She shoved her high heels close to my pig mouth. I started licking it, licking each drop of blood from her feet. I deserved this. I knew I did. I'm a pig. A dirty, cis, white male pig. A pig. Nothing more, nothing less. All of the world's progress is because of women and African tribes, the true progressors in world history, while us white male just stole and inhibited progress.
That's not fucking true, Timmy. A lot of progress was made by the white man, and we all should appreciate that. Also note, Timmy, a lot of slave labor was white, and a lot of slave owners and slave sellers were black. Real history sucks, doesn't it, Timmy?
I am glad for my fellow Antifas for showing not only the way, but society's truth as well. I am glad for diversity, and I hope one day all cis white men will be eradicated from our jungle.
You're glad for diversity, and yet you want all white men eradicated? That's not diversity, Timmy. That's genocide.
You're speaking to a brainwashed, progressive, far-left, animal-fucking advocate. Don't try and use logic and facts and reasoning, nor truth. It ain't gonna work.
Now I was simply getting the correct treatment from my queen, AOC. I had just finished licking AOC's foot clean of the blood from my rectum. I pulled my mouth back and bowed. I squeezed out a thank you and looked up. Her expression didn't waver. I said thank you louder. I screamed thank you. I screamed thank you to all I am grateful for. BLM, Antifa, women, the genders, AOC, etc. I started saying how we, the whites, have ruined the world. With greed, racism, sexism, hate.
Timmy, you realize people of all colors can be greedy, right? And people of any race can be racist too. Both sexes can be sexist against each other, as well as their own sex. And finally, Timmy, all people of any wealth status, any race, any religion, and any sex can indeed hate. You are a prime example of pure hatred, Timmy. Hatred for your own sex and your own race.
I was thanking her for doing the right thing, punishing the pigs of this world. AOC nodded, but words aren't enough. Words aren't enough for the damage cis white men caused. Reparations are needed, reverse slavery, higher taxes, affirmative action, and domination. Women need to dominate us. Cis white men are inferior. It's a proven fact, proven by a history of people with women's studies degrees, proven by scientists, those with liberal arts degrees, those higher than pigs, those higher than men.
This is what the progressive far-left ideology does to your brain.
AOC took off her dress. She used her womanly strength to rip her dress. A black BLM strap-on was visible. It was quite high quality, matching the texture of a BBC, the dick superior to pigs. The dick all atheist monkey lovers like myself worship.
Hold on a minute. You believe black dick is superior to white dick? I mean, of course it is. But you believe this, Timmy? And yet, earlier, didn't you claim you would not date a black person? Yet now, you want to be fucked by a big black dildo strapped to AOC?
I think it's more to do with him being a brony and wanting to be fucked by a horse. Of course. A horse, of course. The rest of it is just him virtue signaling.
Did someone mention something about a horse dick?
Oh, fuck off, Vaush.
Tears filled my eyes, not from the pain of my burst rectum, but from the beauty of a culturally superior race, a race that doesn't need modern technology and was forever oppressed by inferior cis white men.
Hey, dickhead, if it weren't for the white man and the white culture and white civilization, most of us blacks would still be living in huts in Africa. Be grateful, you fucking son of a bitch.
I opened my mouth and AOC inserted the strap-on into me. The BBC was huge, massive, 24 inches, deeper than my throat. Preparing for this feat, I opened my mouth wide. AOC aggressively, quickly, shoved the strap-on into my throat. My mouth wasn't open wide enough, so my dirty white male teeth rubbed against the strap-on as the strap-on forcefully gaped my mouth further open. I was disgusted with myself tainting this beautiful BBC. The strap-on reached my uvula quickly. I retracted based on my disgusting cis white male pig instincts.
Timmy, that has nothing to do with being a cis white male. Anyone, any race, any sex, even any species would gag and retract if a huge 24-inch rubber penis was being shoved down their throats.
My mouth inched ever slightly backward. I knew I had to persevere, so I shoved my mouth deeper. I was choking. I was dying. I couldn't breathe. And I was happy. I deserved this. I felt my eyes close. Death's sweet release was coming to me.
Timmy, if you are looking for sweet release, well, there are many out there who would be more than willing to offer up their own wood chippers. Just putting it out there for you.
And Timmy, if you are looking to suffer, we can adjust the speed of the gears so that they rotate once every 24 hours. Then we will put you in feet first. Just say the word.
AOC, taking notice, pulled out. Some of my saliva stayed on her strap-on, while others drooled from my mouth. I coughed multiple times. I knew I didn't deserve death. I deserved pain. The pain my brethren caused to others.
If you think whites are the only race that inflicted pain on others, then you are even more retarded than I actually thought you were.
I bowed. I thanked. AOC continued this treatment, pulling the strap-on out, pushing it back in. The inside of my mouth was bleeding. The rotten blood was getting on the Antifa pavement, on the BBC. It was humiliating, but I knew this was nothing compared to slavery.
Timmy, you fucking moron. All races enslaved other races and their own race. Whites weren't the only one to enslave people, dickhead.
Nothing compared to the gender pay gap.
Gender pay gap does not exist. The discrepancies is based on choices and lifestyle. Sean Head said it best.
The wage gap is simply the average earnings of men and women working full-time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination.
Nothing compared to the death of George Floyd.
Well, it shouldn't have happened, that's for sure. But would he still be alive if it didn't happen? With the amount of shit in his system?
When AOC finished this act, she put the strap on next to my mouth. I knew what she wanted me to do. We are part of the same hive mind. I started licking my filthy blood off her beautiful BBC strap-on. I licked like there was no tomorrow. I licked like I deserved to lick. I deserved to be below. I knew how illegal immigrants spend day and night cleaning after the corrupt cis-white males.
What the actual fuck? You're comparing illegal immigrants cleaning to you licking blood off of a big black dildo? Timmy, there is something majorly wrong with you. Also, the word illegal actually means something. You should look it up.
My treatment was only fair. Finishing up the cleaning, AOC did something she should have done in the beginning to teach me a lesson. She called her monkey friends with a tribal call. It was a mumble rap verse with a Congo drum beat. African Americans, the superior race.
You know, even though you may think African Americans are the superior race, Timmy, labeling them as monkeys kind of doesn't sit too well.
Superior in every regard. African Americans, despite being 13% of the population, commit 50% of the crime. More crime than white people can do. Crime that lashes out against this system, against society.
So you admit that black crime is a major issue. However, you decide to claim it's a good thing because it is going against the white system, as it were. Timmy, you're a fucking idiot.
African Americans are also known for their cultural superiority. Most notably, rap music. Rap music illustrates everything wonderful with black people. Sick Congo beats, lyrics that deal with deep topics, and amazing ebonics. Rappers are known for lyrics that deal with gangs' modern-day African tribes and other intellectual topics.
Oof, you think rap music is good? Mate. Timmy, rap is crap. It's just poetry to a beat.
When AOC called over the two black men with a tribal call, I couldn't help but feel humbled. I was about to be basked in the presence of two superior black men. Blacks so superior that I am not even worthy of their hate. This is treatment far greater than anything I have ever deserved.
Timmy, are you absolutely sure you don't want to date black people? I mean, it just sounds like you have a major hard-on for them.
The two men approached me, each from a different side. They picked me up and kept me suspended in the air with their strong arms. AOC started flicking herself. The two people of color proceeded to thrust their dicks inside of me. One forced his massive cock down my throat, and the other inserted into my gaping asshole.
Timmy, this is your fan fiction. I'm gonna have to agree with Undoomed here.
AOC's moans filled the street as she looked onto this sight. I knew this was meant as punishment, but I couldn't help but enjoy it.
Yep, Timmy definitely wants the black cock.
I don't know if Timmy wants the black dick, but he certainly does want a large dick. Maybe from a furred creature like a horse.
Hello there.
No. Fuck off, Vaush. Vaush, Vish, however you fucking say your name.
Their big cocks produced pain as I have never felt before, and knowing this was what a pig like me deserved brought me joy like nothing else could.
I think it may be time for you to just end this story, Timmy. We get it. In fact, we got it before you gave it.
A dick reached deep into my prostate, causing me to ejaculate. I was crying, but not out of pain. They were tears of joy. AOC must have noticed how much I was enjoying it and took out a whip. She had one hiding inside her womb.
She had one hiding inside her womb? What the actual fuck, Timmy?
AOC proceeded to whip my ass. Whip it with all of her powers. Whip it like my descendants whipped the Africans. Descendants which by my skin color I must atone for.
Timmy, our white savior.
She whipped and she whipped and she whipped. I squealed like a pig, but I enjoyed it. I couldn't stop enjoying it. I was enjoying the punishment. How will I atone for black people now?
Well, Timmy, if I could make a suggestion, it would be for you to just jump into this wood chipper. That would atone for all black people.
This is no punishment. This is heaven on earth. I felt a deep shame. Please, God, kill me now. Please. I know I deserve everlasting punishment, but to me it is wonderful. So please just kill me. I don't even deserve feelings.
If you want to end it, Timmy, none of us will stop you.
And so atheist God, a female monkey, struck me down.
Is that it? So your entire fan fiction with AOC is you went into a tent, she was a bright light, she fucked you with her shoe, you licked the blood off it, she revealed a strap-on and made you gag, only to then call over two black people to fuck you, and then for you to beg for her to kill you. That's it? Fucking Jesus.
Welcome every pony. Dansburst Studio's official here. This is going to be the first of 2 videos responding to Tibbles Yorkie, the canine.
This video was a long time in the making. I started it like a month ago, at first as a response to her role in the El Money drama. But after I looked more into Tibbles, I saw a number of social media posts where she platforms herself as one of the activists in the latest wave of the dogmatic crusade against Zoophilia. I've had issues with these activists for a while now, but I realized I'd never gathered all my thoughts on them in one place. That's going to be the goal of this video. I'm going to be arguing against two separate but related claims. First, that zoophilia is morally wrong, and next, that zoophilia should be illegal.
So we've now come full circle.
That's right, Undoomed. Full circle. We're now back to where it all began. Let's hear Timmy defend raping animals.
Well, let's start with the first. A lot of anti-zoophiles think that raping an animal is morally wrong and makes you a bad person. And people have, of course, asked them, why is that any different than eating an animal? I'm not against people eating animals. The anti-zoophiles will reply that we have to eat animals for nutrition, and even if we didn't, vegan stuff would be more expensive. But what if this weren't true? Here's my main claim. Even if all humans had readily available 100% nutritious bland tofu, it wouldn't be wrong or immoral for a human to hunt and kill an ostrich, either because they like the taste of its meat or because they enjoy the thrill of the hunt. It turns out that this is all we need to deduce that zoophilia is not immoral.
Wait a minute. Your entire argument is because we eat animals, we should be able to rape them? Seriously? That's your entire debate, Timmy?
Kill this motherfucker. Kill him now.
Oh dear, did we just say kill instead of unalive? Oh dear, what will YouTube do? We really don't care. We're not softcocks like some of the creators out there, nor are we after just monetization like some creators are only interested in.
Imagine that. There's still creators out there who not only have their balls dropped, but actually are willing to call shit for what it truly is and say it how it should be said.
First of all, what would it mean for zoophilia to be moral? Well, in raping the animal, zoophiles put frivolous human sexual pleasure above the animal's sexual autonomy and well-being. So, to establish morality, we just need to see if we can deduce statement Z.
Hey, moron! Fucking moron!
Animals can't consent. It really is that simple.
This is pure fatherless behavior. Timmy, where's your father?
Now, frivolous human tastes and sexual pleasures are both extra, unnecessary pleasures, so they should be roughly as important in whatever moral consideration you happen upon. Some may say that the sexual pleasure would come from the rape of the animal, while the taste pleasure would happen only as a byproduct of killing the animal. This would somehow make satisfying sexual pleasure more cruel because it is more direct.
Undoomed, I'm having some serious flashbacks here, man. Do you remember the collab we did about that Pedo?
I most certainly do, Suit. We did one video about him and he was never heard from again.
Sounds like a good thing came from your collab.
I must have missed it. Any chance you have a flashback video you could play with just the highlighted points?
Of course, I can do that for you, Logic. Anything for you, mate.
I knew I was gonna make a pedophile video, why pedophilia is wrong, and I think I'm ready now.
And this is that video.
Bring it on, you fucking retard. Number one reason, children can feel sexual feelings. Yes, I know. People like to use the argument why pedophilia is wrong is because children cannot feel sexual.
Yes, we've been over this, and that is a good reason, you fucking piece of shit.
And yeah, that's to ages 0 to 2 years old. And now let's go on to toddlers. Ooh, the best part.
Ooh, the best part. Ooh, the best part.
May take off their diaper or clothes off.
And guess what? That's still not an invitation for you to fuck them.
That's the reason why I believe kids or pedophilia should be legal, and also why pedophilia is not wrong. Because kids are sexual beings. Like you and I. We're sexual beings.
I have a confession to make. My fist wants to fuck your face right now.
Number 2. People keep on saying it's a mental illness, even though it's not.
Oh, really, asshole?
Pedophilia is natural, and unless that all animals share the same mental illness that is called pedophilia and also homosexuality, since this also occurs in the animal kingdom.
Are you really going down to the animal kingdom?
Pedophiles are born with the mental illness. or not mental illness, I'm just putting that in quotes. I meant the attraction to children.
Nice Freudian slip, asshole. You were right the first time.
Prepubescent means before puberty. You cannot get pregnant before puberty.
Fucking come round my house, mate. Come round my fucking house.
And I am a pedophile myself.
Yeah, like no one had figured that out yet.
I am attracted to children. Well, in the 3 to 12 range.
3 to 12. 3. Let that sink in, folks. So when you see a 3-year-old, you're basically thinking, yeah, I'd like to tap that ass.
I'm attracted to children, and I'm not afraid to admit it anymore. I'm not gonna hide anymore. I'm not fucking scared anymore.
Excellent. Why don't you go down to the sex offender registry and just sign up? That'll save everyone a lot of grief.
Like, really, I don't even know what's the point of hiding no more. Like, come out open. That's the reason. That's how you get your message more across. If you come out more open. Whew! I hope I made a good video for you guys.
Well, it wasn't so much good as it was infuriating.
There are no victims, only volunteers.
Well, that guy is truly disturbing.
Well, I hope he killed himself.
No one truly knows. He just vanished. That said, I've never lost a night's sleep over it.
Nor have I, Undoomed. I've slept pretty well since. Let's get back to Timmy's video.
These people would say that because satisfying the sexual desire in this case is more cruel, it should be given less weight. I don't think emotional cruelty should factor into morality assessments at all, only the consequences of the actions. I'll explain this more when proving my main claim. Even if it did, I don't think doing something directly is any more cruel than doing it indirectly, since they have the same consequences. Besides, getting pleasure from the thrill of the hunt is taking direct pleasure in the death of the animal, and I don't think that's immoral either. This gives us Lemma 1. From our main claim, we know it's fine to eat an ostrich to taste its meat or for the thrill of the hunt. This means it's not immoral to prioritize frivolous human taste or hunt pleasure over an animal's life, which gives us Lemma 2. Killing an animal for its taste is a bigger harm to the animal than raping it for pleasure would be. Some say that non-mutilative rape would somehow traumatize an animal so much that it would be worse than killing them. Well, we know this isn't true, because animals who are raped don't become suicidal.
Because animals that are raped don't become suicidal. And you know this how, Timmy? Just how many animals have you raped?
Sure, some dogs who are traumatized by owners might stop accepting food from other people, but this is because of fear and lack of trust in people. If you leave food in an empty room with them, they're gonna eat it, instead of starving themselves. All non-human species value reproduction first, then life, and then avoiding pain, in that order and without exception. Barring self-sacrifice to save their young, there hasn't been a single documented case of pet animals or wild animals committing suicide, especially not due to something like depression.
Timmy, you're essentially saying that 1. It is okay to rape animals because it is better than killing them, and 2. You can rape animals because they don't commit suicide. Firstly, neither of these reasons are good reasons. Secondly, neither of these reasons makes you look good.
I think he's beyond making himself look good, and I also think he knows this.
This gives us Lemma 3. From here, it's just a simple use of the transitive property. Linking lemmas 1, 2, and 3 gives us claim Z. But suppose you're not convinced that frivolous human pleasure of any kind should be placed above an animal's life. Which is to say, you don't agree with my main claim that we used to prove lemmas 1 and 2 in our Zoophilia deduction.
Timmy, I've got to say, I'm still not convinced. Do continue, though. Try and convince me.
Knowles was a vegan herself, before quitting it for both health and practicality reasons, so she would likely reject that too. Now, how could I prove that zoophilia is moral in a way that would convince a vegan? Say that, like the vegans, you don't believe you should inflict harm on animals or any frivolous human pleasure. One reason people may say that they wouldn't accept frivolous hunting is because killing an animal frivolously like that violates the animal's right to life, whatever that means. Apparently, they think it's morally wrong to harm animals, even when that harm doesn't affect humans. I think that, in terms of measurable consequences, it doesn't make sense to call this a bad action. You might ask, and our deductions of the morality or immorality of actions, which is really just assessing the goodness of the consequences. Why is it that we should ignore any consequences, no matter how grave, caused to animals that don't affect humans? This is a thing that makes sense to do both spiritually and logically.
No. No, it don't, Timmy. You want to learn more about spirituality and logic? Come to my channel sometime. Actually, no. Not you, Timmy. I don't want people pro-diddler nor pro-animal rapist coming to my channel. Especially you, Timmy.
How rude. Timmy, reach out to me by email. I'm setting up a barbecue and would love you to come on over.
Speaking in spiritual terms, God made a natural hierarchy of all living things. Bacteria, plants, invertebrates, vertebrates, non-human mammals, humans, angels, and God.
I hate to break it to you, Timmy, but God isn't real. My entire channel is dedicated to debunking those myths.
So is Timmy a religious nut too? Tell me, where in the Bible does it say it's okay to fuck animals?
Well, it's all due to interpretation, but there was that one part in Genesis where Adam was trying out all the animals and then decided maybe he should ask God for a woman because the animals didn't do it for him.
Well, that is indeed one interpretation.
Place an animal's will before a human's will in any moral consideration is to debase God's vision of humans as the natural rulers of Earth. The angel Lucifer tried to subvert this hierarchy by leading angels in a revolt against God, the natural ruler of the heavens. Lucifer wanted to impose his own will above God's. He was sent to hell, come to Satan. Literally, the origin of all sin in this universe comes from subversions of natural hierarchy.
You truly are fucking retarded.
Even if you're a materialist, you can't deny that there's a clear hierarchy in terms of cognitive capacity. Bacteria, plants, non-human animals, and then humans. I hate to say this, but sorry, furries, we don't live in Zootopia. Lesser animals are not a part of human society. They live their whole lives in the natural world, or in our simulations of it, like zoos. You can't put predator and prey on the same moral footing. Just by virtue of intelligence, humans can do things that animals can't, and experience richer lives than animals ever could. Besides, what kind of self-loathing society would we be if we put the needs of other species of lesser sentience on equal leveling to our own, or even ahead of our own pleasures? Human rights don't exist in the natural world, just in human society. If you want proof, tell an ocean about your right to live as it's drowning you.
So your proof about whatever fucking bullshit you were dribbling regarding animals is to ask an ocean about your rights as it is drowning you. Tell me, Timmy, how is an ocean an animal?
We make we ourselves human rights because it helps our society run more smoothly and more stable. This makes the human experience all around better.
The human experience, as opposed to what, Timmy? The pony experience?
But if you take the basic rights that we afford to humans for smoother societal functioning, like the right to life and the right to sexual consent, and you mindlessly copy-paste those on the animals, you lose the reasons why we made up those rights in the first place. To make a better experience for humans and human society. And this is why I believe that any reasonable definition of morally wrong can only take into account negative consequences caused to other humans. So that settles the morality of Zoophilia. It's moral.
No. No, Timmy, it does not. All you've done is dribbled about human things, attempted to apply them to animals, and then declare yourself victory.
But now for the next point. Should zoophilia be illegal?
Yes!
Some people think that violently hunting or having sex with an animal would reinforce violent or sexual psychological habits that would carry over into more violent or sexual actions and thoughts about real humans. These people think that outlying or creating social taboos against these actions would reduce harm because it would reduce the supposed carryover effects from the proxies to other actual humans.
I'm not even going to unpack that shit, Timmy. It's not a difficult concept to understand. Do not rape animals. Pretty simple message, really.
We reinforce violent and sexual psychological habits indirectly, all the time, when we watch digital content like violent video games, internet pornography. Violence has never been more easily accessible at any point in human history than today on the internet. But despite this, If you trust modern studies, then you should know that they said that violent video games, movies, and similar don't make people more likely to commit violent crimes. It's similar for internet pornography. It doesn't make people more likely to be rapists. Acting violently through digital proxies doesn't bleed over into the human world. Neither does acting violently through animal proxies.
Timmy, just because playing violent video games or watching violent movies doesn't lead to people becoming violent in real life, does not mean it is okay to rape an animal. What kind of drugs are you on? How the hell do you come to these conclusions?
Another more immediate issue with outlawing or tabooing violence against proxies is that it actually creates more harm by criminalizing and shaming people who would have never committed violence or sexual assault against other humans in the first place. Proxy carryover argument is one of the main justifications that people and lawmakers have used for government censorship and bans on violent video games, lolicon.
And of course he's into lolicon.
Of course he is. He's a brony. They kind of go hand in hand with these people.
Take a look at this Kotaku article. An American faces prison just for bringing manga to Canada on his laptop. You guys can all read, right? Cool. I'm just going to leave this up here for you. Anyway, it's not just Canada. They're doing this in Japan too.
Oh no. What will pedophiles and zoophiles do without their cartoons doing what they themselves want to do in real life?
Oh yes, rolling around at this cheetah.
When Timos Hearts tweets saying that zoophiles should be shot on sight, I mean, she clearly believes that it's a necessary implication, which is to say, according to her, if you practice zoophilia, then you must be, without fail or exception, a bad person. That's why she wants to shoot them on sight, without even bothering to check if the human person on the other side of the screen is cruel towards other humans, or kind to them.
Well, I have to say, Timmy, I agree with her 100%.
Conditioning on being a zoophile, is it probabilistically more likely for you to be a bad person, in the consequence-based sense I mentioned before? Probably slightly, though I would say not nearly as much as people think. It's like violent video games. They don't cause you to be more violent to others, but violent people are more likely to be attracted to them. Just like Tibbles, these lawmakers are literally collapsing the difference between liking the idea of something in fiction and liking it or wanting to do it in real life. That's why they've arrested this guy, because they think he'll be more probabilistically likely to commit a crime with real children in the future. This is despite this person not having any criminal record, which, arresting people for crimes that haven't happened yet, shooting zoophiles on sight who haven't harmed other humans at all. What is this, Minority Report?
No, it's not Minority Report. It's just shooting pedophiles and zoophiles on sight. I don't think the majority of people would have too much of an issue with that.
It's like social media's most fanatic anti-shippers are placed in charge of the laws of all these countries. In short, when you make judgments off of people based off of probabilistic assumptions that stem from the groups they're a part of, instead of from their actions as individuals, you'll inevitably write off good people unfairly.
Timmy, I'm not sure how to break this to you, but zoophiles and pedophiles are not good people.
I have to agree, Timmy. Look, I'm all for dating someone younger, but my God, make sure they're of legal age. As for screwing animals, no. No, Timmy. Bad Timmy. Wood chipper now.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Keem.
So then, why is media that glorifies illegal sexual acts outlawed and societally taboo, while media that glorifies murder is perfectly legal? Why is it societally taboo to frivolously rape an animal, but not to frivolously kill it? Simple. Because just like anti-zoo activists, these online social activists and lawmakers are acting based on their intuitive emotional feelings of disgust. You'd expect leftists like Tibbles to already know that this is not a good thing to base policy or activism on. After all, it was done to them by lawmakers in the war on drugs who, in addition to their political agenda, felt morally disgusting by druggies and hippies. People got years in prison for a gram of weed. It was also done to leftists by lawmakers who would criminalize homosexuality, for one reason they used, in addition to their ideology, usually conservative Christian, was the intuitive feeling of disgust that they and others have.
Interesting points you make there, Timmy. Like I said, I'm having a barbecue soon, so reach out to me by email and ask me for my address. I want to invite you over so we can further discuss these views of yours.
This very day, Lawmakers in Uganda, another backwards third world country, explicitly rely on intuitive disgust to shape their laws and cultural values.
This is what they do. Number one, you can see a man here having sucked the other person's rectum, and the other person is poo-pooing, and this one is eating the poo-poo all over the place. Huh? Tell me, when you have a law against homosexuality, do you say except eating poo-poo? I mean, look at this guy sincerely. Bishop. Stagafulaiza. Huh? Hajat. We do not want this sickness. This is sick, and it's therefore deviant. We do not want it.
It's funny how leftists forget this principle when they're the powerful group, relative to an even smaller minority, zoophiles.
Timmy, you are attempting to compare homosexuality with zoophilia. There is no comparison.
Also, Timmy, most of us have got no problems if you or others want to go and eat shit. This doesn't hurt anyone, nor does it hurt any animals. If you want to eat shit, go right ahead, Timmy.
I can cook some shit on the barbecue if you'd like, Timmy. Just reach out and say the word.
Of course, leftists have some standard ideological reasons to rationalize their intuitive disgust. Leftists might say that the groups that they support are protected classes, discriminated against based on the basis of unchangeable parts of their identity, and that zoophilia is a paraphilia, which is not based on identity. But what about HRT families? Self-admittedly, either have a paraphilia or to make a personal choice to inject themselves with that stuff. This isn't based on an innate sense of identity. They just want to do a taboo behavior that doesn't cause broader societal harm. Though I'm not one of them, a big chunk of people would feel intuitive disgust at using cross-sex hormones for non-essential sexual or social benefits. Leftists support that group and call them valid. So why don't they support zoophiles, who also want to do a taboo behavior that doesn't cause broader harm to humans?
I can answer that for you, Timmy. Someone taking HRT to appear more like the opposite sex, whether you agree with it or not, does not harm anyone, nor does it harm any animals. Does that make sense to you, Timmy?
Some of them may say that it's about consent, that the first group consents to do that to themselves, but the zoophiles bring in another party which doesn't consent to sex. Leftists use this argument, say there's a right violation in sex groups action, but not in the first. This argument falls flat immediately, since an animal can't consent to being eaten any more than it could consent to being raped.
The animal is dead prior to being eaten, so it can't consent after death. And you're right, Timmy. Animals can't consent to being raped. Ergo, don't fuck any animals.
As you already mentioned, though, there's no reason to give animals human rights, so that objection wouldn't make sense. More generally, leftists like to think of rightists as the group that's uniquely motivated by intuitive disgust. When they do this, they ignore their own blind spots, where their intuitive disgust affects their political beliefs. A lot of headlines and articles in news media promote this way of thinking, which is based on some poorly designed studies. But leftists themselves are just as prone to thinking in terms of disgust, just in different ways and at different things. I'll let you guys read from this article by Psyche Ideas. The root cause of intuitive disgust in both leftists and rightists is the idea that there is going to be some indirect harm caused by the disgusting behavior. The leftists who are disgusted by having racist thoughts in their head, and the rightists who are disgusted just by masturbation or promiscuity, both of these have an intuitive feeling that those behaviors will cause some harm indirectly, either to oneself or to others. For zoophilia, this intuitive disgust is probably an evolutionary instinct. Back then, we didn't have the sanitization practices to stop STDs from same-species sex, let alone cross-species sex.
Timmy, just because you have figured out a way to fuck an animal without getting a disease does not mean you can fuck an animal.
We've also ruled out the possibility of indirect harm to other humans when we debunked the proxy carryover argument. So if we make legal or moral judgments about zoophiles based off of an intuitive disgust that's rooted in a risk of a harm that's no longer present, or that doesn't apply, we're letting our animal instincts shape our beliefs and our decisions for us. A zoophile is honest about his carnal desire to rape an animal. But the dogmatic anti-zoophile activists mask their carnal disgust with flimsy ideologic justifications, without care for the full-con and cub porn consumers who get shamed and criminalized needlessly. That smug and self-assured dishonesty is more bestial than Zoophilia is.
Timmy, all I heard there was you saying that you want to fuck animals. That's all I heard.
Alex, you're a stupid nigger. I mean, Timmy, you're a stupid nigger.
Whoa, language cracker.
Maybe you say that the fact that some people are turning to zoophilia keeps a sign of some other problem. And you'd be right. Take drugs, for example. When it comes to drug activism, leftists don't say druggies aren't valid, or that druggies should be shot on sight. The fact that some people use drugs as an outlet to the point that it harms themselves is a sign of either an individual personal issue or the broader social issues. Leftists believe this social issue is something like low wages, a housing crisis, punitive justice, or the collapse of the third space. Basically, any of the main themes in the overstretched, bloated writing that passes for social analysis on breadtube video essays. With drug activism, leftists realize that it isn't useful at all to direct their political activism against people using the outlet, or their social activism towards making the outlet taboo. Instead, they focus on the root cause. Similarly, the root cause for people turning to zoophilia as an outlet is either inborn feelings of sadism, in the case of the subminority of zoosadists, or, much more commonly, unlimited internet pornography giving people new fetishes.
Timmy, I'm going to make this simple for you. I'll explain to you why you and others like you want to diddle the young or fuck animals. It's not a difficult concept to wrap your head around either. You're an ugly fuck, and you're also socially awkward. You can't get laid. You have no ability to get laid unless you rape another human or animal. You believe that you may be able to groom a child into what you want from them. But this is often risky, knowing that someday you may get outed by that child that has now grown up. Though there is risk, some of you still believe the reward outweighs that risk. Others don't want that kind of risk, so will advocate for others doing it, hoping one day it will become legal so that then you yourself can partake without risk. But until that time, you can at least do an animal without most people knowing about it. And so you will advocate for such things without admitting to doing such things. You are a sick fuck, and you know it. We know it. Everyone knows it. But due to the acceptance of such things by the far left, you feel safe in attempting to justify it through online video essays. How'd I do, Timmy? Spot on, wasn't I?
Tibbles wants to have it both ways. On one paw, she wants free use and spread of internet pornography, while on the other paw, she wants to magically make it so that no pony ever develops any sexual fetishes which are conventionally immoral. This second bit of activism is supposed to happen through creating social taboos, like the never-ending moralistic crusade which is against, among other things, L. Money's art, Wally and Zoo, and pro shit, which is problematic shit in fiction and art. The only effective virtue signaling against the free fringe products of a bigger trend is just to raise your own ego and sense of self-righteousness. I think the fact that some minority will develop problematic sexual fetishes is inevitable in the deregulated internet, though I think the sacrifice is minor in that, to be very much worth it. Instead of just writing off every single member of this minority group as problematic or a bad person, I think we have to judge them as individuals. How do they act in real life like other humans outside of digital fiction? That'll tell you much more about a person's character.
No, Timmy. Minorities and minority groups are not pedophiles nor zoophiles. Pedophiles and zoophiles are a minority and can be from any group and any walk of life.
Back to Tibbles. What other reasons might furries like herself have for social signaling against zoophiles? Aside from ideological reasons, there are also some pragmatic reasons. There are some furry haters, which I don't support by the way, much love to the furry and FNAF community, who would say that all furries are zoophiles. So one effective social signaling that you're against zoophiles might be to try to get furry haters to not hate on you. I don't think this is a useful thing to do. Being a Brony myself, I've met Brony haters who believe things like Bronies are either pedophiles, effeminate men, man-children, zoophiles, or it's some combination of those.
But Timmy, you are an effeminate man-child who is a self-confessed Brony who defends pedophilia and zoophilia. You are all of them in one.
I am yet to hear and see a Brony that isn't an effeminate man-child.
I don't fall into any of these categories.
Oh, fuck off, cunt! Timmy, you fall into all of those fucking categories! What the fuck are you on about?
Though I don't think the people who do are bad people. My editor, 70 Isle, is a man-child, and he's been a very good friend, that is, when he's not eating hayburgers instead of editing. Besides, why should I care if some hater thinks I'm something I'm not? There was a military Brony, by the name of Jake the Army Guy, who was very against man-children and his own morality. He worked hard to get fit and to succeed in life, so we took it very personally when Brony haters called him a man-child. But his response wasn't to put something on his bio, like, not a man-child, they're losers and invalid. No. Why should he social signal that he's against man-children? All that does is throw man-children under the bus, without actually changing the stereotypes of the Brony haters. They're still gonna think of him as a loser anyway, so why does it matter what they think? Those people just love to hate. So, instead of hating on zoophiles and creating even more negativity, why not try to make friends, or to get to know at least one zoophile?
I'm trying to get to know you, Timmy. I'm asking you to reach out to me. I'm inviting you over for a barbecue. What more can I do, Timmy?
It might be hard, since they might believe different things than you do, especially about subjects you find touchy, but a lot of zoos make really cool art, writing, and games. In fact, some of my favorite non-erotic fan fictions in FAM fiction are written by zoophiles.
A zoophile supporter and pedophile advocate's favorite fan fiction is written by a zoophile. That doesn't surprise anyone, Timmy.
And Timmy, I am quite happy with limiting myself from what you claim is a human experience.
Keeping yourself blind to learning about the inner lives of other humans, just because of ideological disagreements.
No, Timmy. There are many people who follow many different ideologies who would disagree with zoophilia and pedophilia.
If you're a very political person like Tibbles, this will be hard advice to take. But trust me, the friends you make along the process of withholding snap moral judgments against others will make it very much worth it. After all, friendship is magic.
Timmy, there are nearly 8.2 billion people in this world. The vast majority of them don't need to befriend pedophiles or zoophiles. The only people who befriend these people are other pedos and zoophiles, or people like yourself who advocate for such things. If all pedos and zoophiles were wiped off this planet, no one would care, and no one would have any issues making friends.
That's all for this video. I put a lot of time and effort into researching and script writing this. My deepest thanks to my royal editor, 70 Isle. This video wouldn't have been possible without him. If you liked this video, and you're fine with my admittedly sparse uploads, then make sure to like and subscribe. This is Dansburst Studio's official, signing off.
And that's the end of the video. Nothing he has said has changed my mind. Timmy, do the world a favor. Jump into a wood chipper.
Michael stole my Snickers bar, left me in the dark and I snuck my heart with a bizarre love story ending with a sigh. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief, can't love him anymore. We used to share everything sweet, now my sorrow's incomplete. Sad memories on repeat, heartaches got me beat. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief, can't love him anymore. I can't remove how absurd, all trust lost, gone unheard. For chocolate, this is dirt, leaving me feeling so good. Oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief, can't love him anymore. We used to share everything sweet, now my sorrow's incomplete. sad memories on repeat. Heartaches got me beat. I can't no heist helps her. All trust lost, gone unheard. For chocolate this disturbed, leaving me feeling so oh, the candy thief left me broken on the floor, caught up in disbelief. Can't love him anymore.